Um, if you are someone that is looking for like drawing tutorial style, um, this is a good place. So again, if you are a beginner, if you are someone starting a drawing practice for the first time, feel free to join us. We are learning to draw, y'all. You're learning to draw easily and in a simple way. KR7, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Okay, TikTok. Send folks in that are looking to start a drawing practice. Send folks in that are looking to do back to basics drawing practice. Feel free to send folks in that are looking for easy drawing tutorials. Sonia, welcome in. Thank you for joining. We are drawing cars today. Well, I'm finishing up this sketch that went from a simple basic shape sketch to a more refined sketch. So in the practice of drawing, in the movement of learning to draw in an easy way, I went ahead and I'm refining sketches. And next we are going to be working on drawing horses. So we are going to be starting from scratch, like we are beginners, doing basic drawing exercises. And we are going to be we're doing basic drawing exercises. We're drawing things using simple shapes. So if you are interested in learning to draw easily, if you are interested in learning to draw, if you have started a drawing practice for yourself after a long time away. Hello, Balance and Bliss. Good morning. That's fine. I am in other places as well, as you can imagine. Um, So, if you are someone that is interested in learning to draw and is looking for a place where there's some collective education happening, where there is a tutorial style happening, feel free to join us. Avatar Rising, welcome in. Muru, Lolo, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Uh, I am going to be just finishing up the refining of this sketch. I've been working on, we started with basic shapes here. And then we'll be moving on to just finishing up this refined sketch and then moving on. We are actually going to be moving on to drawing horses. We're going to be moving on to animals in general and then drawing horses. So we're going to start with basic shapes as we've been doing. All right, let me finish up this baby right here. And then we can move on to the animals. So I'm just going in and adding a little bit of detail because from a sketch perspective, we are not going to be adding all the detail, because whatever decision I make about what I use to add value is what is going to help to add the additional form details. So for this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet, but again, I'm just adding a couple bits of detail here. because the rest of the form will get defined when we start adding value, whether we're painting this, whether we're, any one of those methods that we decide, those details, the additional detail will start to show. You'll see in here there's quite a bit of shadow on the inside. Those things will get defined when we start showing some of the form by adding the value. Ray of Smoke, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So just a couple lighter strokes of some additional detail that I'm noticing inside. Just a few lines and stuff, nothing too serious. So there's also like things like I'll just make some lines for things like the handles on the door, the doors, things like the mirror. I'll just make, again, a few indications of where those are. Hey Gloria, good morning. Thank you for the heart me. Words to fire bring water. Welcome in. All right, so I'll bring just a little tiny line to indicate this wood green here. Little detail of this thing here. Let me get these headlights in. On this interesting grill. Maria Windy City, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Nerdy's Dance Floor, welcome in. Thank you for joining. KWJHSS, is that? Welcome in. You have a lot of letters. A lot of letters to read. All right. Again, some of this detail I'll catch when I'm adding my value. So all this metal here and this underneath, I get this little tiny bit of this wheel, and I feel like I'm going to leave that alone now. Again, a lot of the other detail I'll get. Narciso. I will take the compliment. Thank you. I guess when I get into the details a little bit more, it will look a little bit closer to, but thank you. I appreciate it. Fiasco Frames, hello. Welcome. Y'all, I'm here every morning. So if you want to see more, and I do post the live stream, so if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe over there. So again, y'all, my name is Leanne. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker, primarily a printmaker. I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself. And so what I've done is I am doing basic and beginner drawing exercises here every morning. And I have I started with basic shapes. So for example, we started with basic still life, identifying basic shapes for that initial sketch, and then going through and adding the additional detail and refining the sketch in red. So we did some still life stuff, and then we moved through and we did buildings, which ended up being really, really cool. We were able to the Appa the Appalachia Witch, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So we were able to do some really cool building sketches. Again, starting with super basic shapes and then refining the sketch. I am going to go through and further refine these by adding value at some point. So whether it's with some kind of color, with ink and shading or hatching, cross hatching, I will go through all of these. We have some really interesting building facades here, which I've been super excited about. So I am going to go through and Narciso, thank you. The artist 490, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Nay, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. So folks, feel free to ask questions if you have any. Thank you, Narciso. I'm working hard to really get to get my illustration work to practice my illustration and come up with a new illustration style for myself. So yeah, we've been able to work on some cool things. Now I am actually going to move on to something that is very scary for me, is animals. And we are going to start with basic shape identification, and I'm starting with horses. So I found some references um, on Pinterest. So that should be interesting in terms of figuring out next steps, like what we're doing next. So let's get some. I'm going to start with a basic, like just it was so difficult to find photos of horses that didn't seem like they were AI. So this is the one I'm going to start with. So wish me luck. I am starting here, so wish me luck with that one. It will be an interesting um it will be an interesting go. Oh, you are good, Narciso. Thank you for stopping in. Be sure to subscribe because I go live every morning and I do post videos too. So I would appreciate that. Feel free to do that and I hope to see you again soon. I appreciate you. All right, y'all, let's see. Where are we going with our shape? So I'm going to start with the head here. Um, and I am going to start with this section here, right below the eyes, coming down. So I think I'm going to break it up into two. Actually, yeah, I think I'm going to break it up into two. And then maybe go down and break this up into another. But for now, no, I think I'm going to break it into one shape here, another shape here, and then shapes here. And we'll start there. Thank you, Narciso. I appreciate you. All right, let's get my blue side printed. Hey, TG, you're still not fixed. I'm like, you're still not fixed. Thank you for sharing the live. I don't know what is going on today. Today's been interesting. Sandlot lover, welcome in. Thank you for joining. You said so. We're all business. You should be able to change it though. It's going to, I think it's going to tell you that you need to wait 7 days before you can change it. But you should be able to. All right, let me turn the paper this way so that I have a tendency to place the stuff too far somewhere. All right, I am going to, now I'm going to really need to get a tapper again because my tapper broke. So I am really going to need to get a tapper. So that, because it's really looking like they're treating me badly until 10K. This is an interesting swing here. It is, it is time to horse around. It sure is. She-Hulk, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It is definitely time to horse around. All right, I really need I'm gonna get myself a new tapper. I guess I have to prioritize that today. All right, so I said I was going to I said I was going to. Thanks for sharing the live, TG. Um, I'm going to start here. I'm doing it as I'm totally eyeballing today. I'm not measuring this one. I think I'll measure when I do the the larger horse, but I'm eyeballing the angle here, and I'm doing it right across where the eyes are. That's where I'm going, right underneath where the eyes are. I already feel like I'm doing this way too large, but let's do it. All right, there we go. That's our first basic shape that I'm going to do. And then where the eyes are here, I'm going to do it as a trapezoid. Well, the same shape reversed here, but shorter, of course. Hey, Em, good morning. Hey, Blondie, good morning. Thanks for getting your heartbeat, TG. Oh, let me show y'all. I didn't show you. I finished the cars. Well, it was one car in three different whatevers, three different views. I actually finished it right before I went live because I was tired of doing it. You said on your way to the medical field? Okay. I'm wishing you all the best. So those are our cars. I hope you hear good stuff. So oh, you know what I realized, y'all? This is tilted a little bit up. They don't look bad, right? I am I am not upset about them. Um so not mad at them at all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what happens with the horse. Um you're going to see me maybe not crash out but melt down and at some point sometimes I think because I am the animals are I don't do well with them. So actually, I'm going to try my best to just take it slow, follow what I've been saying myself. So that's about, yeah, that feels good. It feels decent here. And then I am going to put these little, let's see where these go. I'll do this for right now and then I'll add the additional. I need to remember that I'm trying to do it super basic right now and then I'll add any additional like curves and stuff later. Horses are your fave. Hey Nika Grace, good morning. Thanks for getting your heart me and for the Go Popular. Deborah, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. It helps to look at an anatomy model of their muscles, no skin. Yeah, TG, I and for humans too, right? With the animals and the humans, I need to do that. Um, I'm going to try with the shapes, but to your point, I am going to start because also, yeah, one of the things I definitely recognize is that I do need to spend a little bit more time on my practice outside of the live stream too. Not a lot of time. Thanks for those shares, Nika Grace. Um, I need to spend a little bit more time. And then I think TG, then I'm going to be doing things like that. Like like you're saying about the um about looking at the anatomy. Thank you for the mini star, Nika Grace. I appreciate you. All right, so we have a little head action going on there. And so now the thing that I see here, of course, is like I see a big old round circle here. So I'm going to drop that in. And again, there are things here that I'll identify later, that I'll drop in later. But right now I see this big old circle. TG. And I actually am going to do some research to figure out some like good anatomy. You got it. You identified the one. Hey Kim, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for getting your heart me. Um how are you? How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a long I definitely haven't been in your room in a long time. I need to come stop by. All right, let's get our big circle drawn in. Oh, TG, what I was saying is I need to do some research to find the best anatomy books to get so that I can study them. Um, Art Walker, you know, I'm always saying that he does a lot of um, Glow. Welcome in, superfan Glow. um, the he does a lot of like anatomy based. Soft Chaos Muffin, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Martine, hello. How are you? Kim, it's two different cameras. It's two separate cameras. I can show you the setup I have. All right, y'all. Soft Chaos Muffin, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. All right, Kim, if I turn this around and tilt this down, you see this right here? That's a second camera. That's a second camera. The camera I have, the camera pointing to me is my computer camera, and then the camera right over my work. Yeah, it's Live Studio. I'm using Live Studio, so it's the two camera sources. And I just realized, I didn't realize, y'all, you're seeing a lot more of the camera than I want. You say you don't know where you've been spending your mornings. I hope it's been productive where you're spending your mornings. With horses. Is that why you're here? Let me find out. TikTok pushed you into my room or to showed me on the FYP because we were talking about horses. That is awesome. I love that. Thanks for getting your heart me. Glow, thank you for getting your heart me. Martine, I'm here every morning if you want to drop in. Y'all, MGP is my when I had my print shop, MGP was my neighbor there. Yeah, yeah. In the night sometimes too. All right, y'all. So let's figure out where our circle is going to drop. Um, if I look at this here, I'm actually glad that I made that split right here. I'm glad I made it right there because that's kind of where our circle It's right below that where our circle might sit. So I need to also figure out how far out. It's about half a width of here. So it's not super far out. TG, I'm going to take your advice. Wait. I'm missing stuff, y'all. All right. I'm going to look at your pinned video, Soft Chaos, for sure. Um, oh, Kim, thank you so much. I appreciate it. IDK, welcome back. How are you? Wait, yeah. I figured it was going to be a horse one. You start with a triangle at the top of the head to the eyes. You like this would have been a triangle. I could have done that too. I mean, the shape is definitely up to you, I think, and I definitely don't draw a lot of horses, so we're gonna see how this works. Um, and I'm only drawing horses because of you, dead dolls. I am going to look at your pin video. Da 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 da. Oh, TG 5K. Thank you, friend. Look at us. Look, we're analyzing. Yeah, dead dolls. So I think it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same interpretation of it. It's just that I cut the triangles off um and made them trapezoids. Many ways to do the same thing. Yeah. I mean, do it, Soft Chaos. Get yourself a pencil and sit down. Ah, at 669, welcome in. You do. I love them. I love them so much. Have a nice day. Thanks, Martine. Have a great day. I need to text you. I'm gonna text you. But that's just and yeah, I'm going to then stop and go into this whole thing. That's the thing, right? And every day when I'm in here, the reminder is any of these things that we do, you have to figure out the approach that works for you. And that's why I remind folks that when they're trying to go down this road, especially as beginners, they should get their perspective from multiple people. If you're saying to yourself, you're trying to learn to draw certain things or certain in a or do certain parts of a beginner practice, look at, especially in this day and age where so many people are sharing their knowledge, you have to be a little bit you have to dig a little deeper to find what works for you, whether it's somebody's approach and style of teaching, the way they're teaching it. There are definitely, it's like I keep saying, it's like a math problem. There are a multitude of ways to solve them, and you have to figure out how your, like you are saying, TG, you do contour line drawing because that's how your brain works, to do something the way your brain works. The other day we were talking about especially when trying to find your own style dead dolls. Yeah. And the other day we were talking about the different ways to identify the shapes, and someone had made a suggestion. This is, I mean, probably over a month, maybe even closer to 2 months ago. About, when you're looking at your reference image, if you flip it upside down, um you said you're all caught up now. Let's grab a tapper. I was just saying that I need to get myself a new tapper because mine broke and I need to get another one. But someone came in and recommended, like, oh, a good way to see the shapes. So like your brain disassociates with the actual object or form and sees just the shapes. If you flip it around, it's easier to see the shapes. Yeah, it's a wireless one that I need to get, Soft Chaos, for sure. Um, it helps, but someone, I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't remember specifically who it was, but I was, hey Heidi, how are you? And I was saying that works for some people, but it may not work for other folks. And someone was in the room and they then said they were actually dyslexic, and so because they were dyslexic, that kind of thing actually does not help. It makes it harder. So again, it's one of these things where I might not have said it as much today, but I'm saying it all the time, is that we need, the approach is going to be different. This is some of what I'm doing is the approach that I'm practicing in the moment. I'm trying lots of different things. I'm using lots of different tools as my practice. It just so happens that we get to talk about um so many different ways to approach this, which is why I tell you, I'll drop all these things in the comments, because somebody's going to somebody's going to approach it differently than me, and it works for that person versus how I'm approaching it. Wait, I'm trying to, and that looks like a quarter horse or a thoroughbred, and Arabian has even sharper angles. So dead dolls. Um, I'm glad you said that. I have to, so again, started doing horses because I had told you, had said horses before. I said it like, I said, so the hardest thing, I was only looking on Pinterest, frankly, for reference photos, and I was having a hard time identifying whether or not some of the photos were real or AI. So I didn't get a lot of references that first go. I didn't spend a lot of time. It was just a little bit of time. So yeah, maybe I need to look up a type of horse specifically. You said this looks like a quarter horse. Okay. And an Arabian has even sharper angles. So I'm going to look up some Arabians. And since it has sharper angles, I would like to try. Oh, this is too far out. So I am going to do that. Richo Soon, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Did I miss anyone? And y'all, if I missed your comment, Glow, yes, I am going to do animals for a bit. But what I said I was gonna do, hey Star, what I said I was gonna do is bounce a little bit between the basic shapes of the animals and refining some of the, like, going now and doing the additional value adding here, just to mix up a little bit what we're doing, because I do want to do the practice deep of one thing. So I'm probably going to stay on animals a little longer than I stayed on some of the other stuff. But at the same time, I am going to be going back and forth and adding the value stuff on the ones that we already did, like, you know, the cars, the buildings, that kind of thing. Glow. I think that's how I'm going to do it and see how that works. Next horse, negative space drawing only. Chef T, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Nika Grace, what is the yay for? Tell me. So after horses, y'all have to think about what animal I should do next. So I'm only doing a couple. I'm only going to do a couple horses. Wait, I totally I took this further up than I wanted to. And here I go again. I'm not supposed to be erasing so much. Pass. No. We could do, I don't mind doing iguana. I think that would be interesting. What do y'all think? I'm only teasing when I say pass, TG. I actually don't even need to look for reference photos. I have lots of them in my in there's we're only doing the actual animal, Nika Grace. This is a basic beginner drawing practice, remember? I'm not doing any extras. No trees. No trees. No trees. Wait. Oh, that's so fun. Soft chaos muffin, you definitely are you're leaning in the same direction. You said I do the iguana and Glow can do the tree. TG, not that I'm against trees, but I'm trying to really simplify it. So I'm just doing like this specific objects. You know what I'm saying? So we will do trees, but just trees. Nothing in the trees. Like any kind of like people or whatever that were in the reference images, I just left them out. Forget about them. I would say I'd rather eat my shoe than do a line drawing of a tree. I need value to keep my sanity. Trees are tricky because of the because there's so much value. Hey Pharaoh mom, good morning. Thank you for the heart meat. Because there is so much value in like a in like the trunk and all that stuff. You said you're not drawing that many leaves without shading. I'm with you. I don't blame you. Which is why honestly I keep saying I'm trying not to skip ahead, but I do cheat sometimes when I'm making the decisions because there's lots of stuff y'all hear me saying it. Y'all hear me being like, all right, I'm not doing any more because the detail will get addressed by adding the value however I add it. Cause I'm like, this is too much drawing right now. Not that I love to draw, y'all. But not that but I also am big on over the last several years, I just do what I'm comfortable doing and I don't push myself, which is why I don't go down the animal road a lot. So I'm glad to be doing animals. And is it that we've agreed on iguanas? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying that we've agreed that an iguana is the next animal that we're drawing? No, it will be more than one iguana, y'all, because I want to practice a couple different ones. All right, Dead Dolls, are you still here? Dead Dolls, this is I was about to say it's because of these horses that you're staying so long today. So I'm going to look for an Arabian next. Are you in front, legitimately in front of a horse right now, Self Chaos? I know you said that's where you've been, but are you legitimately in front of a horse right now? Fiddles, you hear this? Do you hear this? Y'all, I'm not excited about the. It's still IDK. I do. IDK, do you have Spotify? Oh, this horse you mean? Soft chaos. I thought you were like on a patio or something drawing and horses were in front of you because I thought that's what was I was imagining a whole scene. So, IDK, if you look for me here, if this is my handle on Spotify, if you look for me, this is a oh, awesome, Soft Chaos. Um, this is a playlist that I made, and I'll type the name of the playlist in the chat, and you can save the playlist to your Spotify library. This is the playlist I play every morning. I know y'all can't hear it over there on the YT, but I play it every morning, and also anytime I am practicing, I use it. So yeah, you can save it to you, and then you get all the songs. All right, y'all. Let me move on. Uh, let's see how I want to do this. Let me line it up first. It's a little, the bulk of this is a little bit further from here. So yeah, here it would for me be the same. I'm going to still use this trapezoidy shape. Where does this fall? Right. And I mean, we're cut off right here. I'm just doing, wait, I think I need to make that longer. I'm cutting it off the same place in the picture. I do have, hey Santana, good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining us. 669, you said you listen to Linkin Park songs while drawing. It gives you all the right vibes. Thank you for getting your heart me and for the rose, Santana. I appreciate you. So y'all, today's going to be a good day because I have a few people. Everybody loves horses? Does everybody love horses? Horses. Oh, is today Friday? You just finished a horse painting. Did you post it, Santana? Because I think we have a few people's stuff to look at. You love horses. I mean, I don't mind horses, but I haven't. You're going to soon. You said you didn't realize it was Friday, y'all. Neither did I. Oh, IDK, you got it already. I am glad. So IDK, I add maybe 3 to 5 songs per week. Same vibe. Um, same vibe, and just so that there's a variety. So that's pretty. I'm glad that you were able to get it. You miss training horses. I'm telling y'all, we learned so many things about folks. Dead Dolls has been our resident tax accountant, but Dead Dolls used to train horses. Thank you for the rosa, my friend. Glow, thank you for the TGIFs and for the star. What's that called again? You grew up on a horse ranch. That is so cool. So I think this is where my biggest challenge is going to be in like the the areas of the the legs. But we practice, and like in here, TG. Now I'm going to think about you all the time when when I'm when I'm like all this shadow in here. I'm not even thinking about that or dealing with it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do my half circle shape here for this little bump out. I mean, I'm already seeing where some of the eyeballing could have been better. Um, but again, it's practice, and uh, I haven't drawn, even attempted to draw a horse in any way, shape, or form in a cajillion years. So I am just going to add a couple pieces of the curve shapes here. And you all know how this works. Santana, I don't think I know what you're asking me. Would I say it's easier to do shapes than carve out the image? Like to do the outlines? Is that what you mean? You said look up Peacock Appaloosa. Oh, I am obsessed that y'all are having this full horse conversation in here in such a way. So now, all right, I'm going to look up Arabian and Peacock Appaloosa. So those are those will be the other two. Then we're going to do iguanas. Oh yeah, totally, Santana. So remember, this is literally me going back to the basics like I've never drawn before. So the approach that I'm taking is that of I am a total beginner. I've never drawn anything before, and these are the steps I would take. Now, I'm not saying I've gone past I've gone past I've gone past, what do you call it? Like I've gone past my practicing my lines and that kind of thing. And now I'm trying to, now the stage I'm in the practice is objects, things, people, whatever it is. We remember at this stage we haven't learned anything, perspective, none of that stuff. We are literally just identifying shapes in the body in a way that makes sense, or I am just identifying shapes in the body that the way that makes sense to me as this super basic outline, and then going in and doing that additional step. And I say it all the time, when you know, after, when you get more experience, when people practice all of that stuff, your initial sketch is never probably going to be this basic. It's going to be that next level up. But yes, Santana, you're right. What, Santana, we were talking about that before. Everyone's approach to it is going to be different. It's going to be different. You take different approaches to get to the same result. This is just one of the ways that I'm showing folks that the primary purpose of the practice, of me doing the practice on live, is to hold myself accountable to doing the practice. But then I also want it to be for people that really are truly beginners, for them to realize that this is an approachable way to start drawing. Um, and the Santana, the thing is that the more you practice certain ways, this is what you see. Um, Depending on how you decide to approach this and you practice the different things, you do see the shapes first, potentially, and that's where you go from there. But Dedals is saying an important thing here too, and so TG was here earlier saying the same thing. Especially when it comes to people and animals, studying anatomy is great. Horses is studying the anatomy of the horse, like the muscles and that kind of thing, without any like skin. You know what I'm saying? All of the trimmings is also a great way to do it. Black Lotus, maximalist, welcome, welcome, welcome. Black Lotus, thank you for getting your heart me. Maximalist, thank you for getting your heart me. Horses are very complex. It, like drawing people, horses are very complex. So the anatomy approach is a great way to do it. I heard it walk by me, and the sound of her gate made me follow her. Glow, you said I need a notebook. What do I need a notebook for? What did I say that made you say that I need a notebook, Glow? I don't remember. You know that I don't remember. Oh, because I was taking notes. Forget it, Glow. Because as I was about to start taking the notes again, I realized what you were referring to. Iguana. Y'all, I need one. I need at least one other animal. Well, I'm putting cat on there only because I have enough references for cats. Um, Hi, Black Lotus. We're drawing horses this morning. Always break it down into baby steps. Yes. And yeah, that's why I'm showing the super, because it starts with the baby, if that's the way it works for you. Anyway, I think I've put this, literally is super basic, and that's where we always start. So I've put enough shape stuff in here. I'm not going to I'm not doing anything with it yet. Oh, I just confused myself just now. I'm not doing anything else with this one yet. Let me look up now Arabian and find a reference photo. Did you get filtered? Or did I miss it? I think you might have gotten filtered. Did you see a filter thing? A notification that I don't know how to. Oh, I see it. Some comments in this live were filtered. Oh, what's aggressive about elephants? All right, y'all. Elephant. This is our lineup. Arabian peacock, Appaloosa, Arabian peacock, Appaloosa, iguana, cat, elephant. You did see the notification about the filter, yeah. So they filtered Glow's comment about elephants. All right, let me leave this here. Let me look for. I'm going to do the other one smaller. Are cats lovely? If anyone has a unique animal that they would like, I'll add it. But otherwise, we'll practice down on these. And then after animals, we have to figure. I think we are going to start getting into people. Dead dolls. I think we talked about that one day, right? That day, a lot of people that were in the room had cats. I think it was one of the days that Seven was at the door yelling at me for something. Um. Oh, I said I don't know. Yeah, I lost my train of thought already. Arabian. Let's see if we can find a good one. Y'all can help me figure out whether or not this is like a real picture or a made up. Ooh. Let me get one that's like a full. This doesn't look real. That does it. This one actually says AI modified, which is good, I suppose, because you cannot really tell. Is this a good one? Is this a real horse? This one is real. Is this a good one to do? I like this one because of all this belly curve, all that. They actually look like this. Okay, let's go with this one. All right, I'll drop this one in and then Peacock Appaloosa. Oh, goodness gracious. The dish face too? Is that in reference to the horse? Oh my goodness. Uh, y'all. This will be an interesting one for value. Is that do we think that one is real? I like this angle. A deep dish face. Oh, I see. Dead dolls. Is this a good peacock? This one is real. Okay, I think I might pick this one because I like that it's some different angles to address. All right, y'all. Ooh, all right, let's go to our Arabian so we can look at these, y'all. Look at this. Hey, Charlie, good morning. Charlie, we're doing horses now. I think a few more people came in. So the last time we were finishing up, it is a gorgeous pattern, yeah. We were finishing up our 3 versions of our 1971 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. So this is our next step of sketching of our Vista Cruiser, and then I will figure out what I'm going to do to add value there, and then we'll get some additional detail in there. You love horses, Charlie. Apparently, thank you for the thank you for the minute star, Charlie. I'm forgetting your heart me. Maximalist, thank you for getting your heart me. The horses seem to be a hit, Charlie. Virtually, not every single person, but lots of folks in the room love horses. All right. This one is a nice one too. They really have a gorgeous pattern. I've never ever seen these. That's an interesting thing. All right, y'all. So we have two to do. You said it's almost buckskin leopard Appaloosa. Oh, that other one that we just saw. Hey, Wisdom, good morning. It's almost rodeo season in the city. Charlie, are you in Texas? Hey, Wisdom. Did you change your profile picture? No, now I'm like, let me see. Ah, rodeo season. That has to be cool. Hey, Lighthouse, good morning. Oh, Wisdom, I like this one. I like this new profile picture. Ooh, look at you. I like that one. Wait, one more celebration for your exhibition again. All right, Lighthouse. That's not bad. That's not so bad. It's only seven. It's 7:12. As soon as I saw you, I was like, "What time is it?" But 7:12 is reasonable. Depends on what time you went to sleep. IDK, I do not do sculptures. However, I will tell you this: I am very interested in doing some kind of sculptural art. I thought for a minute that I would want to do like ceramics. Lighthouse, thank you for getting your heart me. Wisdom, you know I am proud of you, my friend. So I am very happy for you. Soft chaos, I will. It's not easy for me to check it while I can't check it while I'm in the live. So I'll check it. I definitely will check it after for sure. I'm on TikTok Live Studio and I'm not able to. I don't even think I can do it when I'm on the phone. Always, my friend, always. Um, Charlie, that's exciting. So, are there like lots and lots of events when the rodeo starts, and do you participate, Charlie? Since you are a horse lover. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Your dad did metal horse sculptures. Oh, dead dolls. Those have to be gorgeous. Um, so yeah, IDK, I do want to start doing some kind of sculptural work, but I do not want to do ceramics. Not that I don't like it. I do want to eventually do it, but um I think I found the thing that I'm going to try to test out sculpturally. I think I'm going to try felting and do that. Salamala 11. Hello, welcome in. But I really am going to sit with that as a hobby for right now. I'm doing too many things as a revenue stream, so I want to sit with that as a hobby for at least the next year. So IDK, I do want to do some kind of sculptural work, just not. I don't though right now. Charlie, I mean, like, do you like? Are the events are public, right? I mean, I know that a lot of the stuff I can think about are more like um what you see on TV. So I don't want to even try to guess, cuz I'm pretty sure that it's what I'm seeing on television is not accurate. All right, y'all. This is our next animal. I mean, our next horse that we're going to try. Welcome back, Mika Grace. Um, let's see. Should I let me get another sheet of paper. I'm not going to do it as big. But I am going to just get another sheet of paper. Hey True, good morning. Yeah, I need to drink some water. I was drinking tea before, but it actually didn't help. Okay. All right, y'all. Um, let's see. I feel a circle here. I feel a circle here. I'm gonna put a circle here too, because the one thing I will tell you that I have noticed about the horses is this here, this belly area. I haven't seen one horse yet where that belly area isn't super, like that's a clean line. So that's one of the things to think about. As you're analyzing and you're practicing, again, if you are a beginner, um as you're analyzing and you're practicing, one of the things that to pay attention to is, because you're not always you may not be using a reference, or even if you are using a reference, if you're trying to like represent the animal or whatever you're drawing, like in an anatomically correct way, paying attention to certain things. And I didn't think about it as much before, but when TG mentioned it earlier, really a good a nice supplemental approach could be the anatomy of the horse, especially if you're a horse lover and you would want to be drawing horses frequently. Doing the anatomy approach could also be really, really nice as that next step in refining your sketch style, or your initial style of your initial sketch for your future drawings. um you go to the barbecue cook-off and the fair just to eat all the food. Oh, Charlie, that sounds delightful. Hey True. True, are you still there? I don't see you. Yeah, see yourself out, Allison. See yourself out. Yes, horses. We already did one, and there are lots of horse lovers in the room, and we got some recommendations. So I am. Don't laugh at her. Do not encourage her, please. Um, so I am going to, the same as I always do with the practices. I pick the first shape. Santana had mentioned it earlier. Santana, you were saying that you usually start with, I think you said a circle for the body and then go from there. In terms of all the shapes, I typically, yeah, please don't start this. I will start with whatever the first shape I decide I'm going to approach it with. I start with that shape, and then all the other shapes then get placed in proximity to each other. You love the geometric approach to this. Yeah. With all the stuff. Oh, we finished. Y'all, I keep showing, even though we'll see them as I go through. We finished the three the three versions of the car. I'm very proud of finally getting it done because I was definitely getting in my head about that. All right, so I am going to do a little bit more than eyeballing here. I am going to use the ruler. Remember, as I'm showing this, I'm also trying to remind folks that even if you're not in the room, because there are folks watching. I'm done with y'all. Y'all can do all the foolishness there in the chat you want. I'm ignoring both of you. Look at, oh, everybody's joining in now. IDK, you too. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, IDK, tomorrow I'm going to be carving. So if you get a chance to join tomorrow morning, I'm carving. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate you. Have a great day as well. Y'all, I think I'm getting into a rhythm with both rooms. Let's If I add FB to the mix, let's see what happens. And also, if any of these rooms jump up, it's going to be intense. But we're good now. Your 9-year-old nephew rides bulls. He just won first place in a rodeo competition. What? This is bulls. Oh, y'all. That is a brave pass. You're having a quarter horse life crisis. So one thing I will not, y'all, the moving of the chat is good. So y'all throw your corny jokes in there all you want. It says warning, but I think the stream is okay. Y'all, this weather is really getting on my nerves here, I must say. It's supposed to be getting warmer and warmer, and I'm in a t-shirt to be fair, but it's still quite cool here. Charlie, that is awesome. So if he's 9, I can imagine in when he's a teenager how awesome he's going to be doing. That's amazing. Yeah, we learned so much. Okay. I'm just over here so that I can see. Why are horses such bad dancers? Tell us. Hold my body down. All right, now I'm going to be doing a lot of lines, y'all. Again, they've got 2 left feet. Horses. Oh, wait. Dead dolls. I have to tell you, for a second, I was like, huh? My brain is picks up slowly sometimes. So y'all, I'm as usual, as I go through the different sketches, I'm going to show a slight, it's still shapes, but a slightly different way of moving through some of the decisions. So I totally eyeballed this one. That was bad, Feral Mom, but it's we're like horse dad joke central. Um what's a horse's favorite song? Tell us, Dead Dolls. So this was completely eyeballing. DGAF, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Um Glow, you know what TG noticed earlier, that the tap number seems to be actually at 5K where the changes happen. Patrice Stilandro, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we have one circle here. And now if I look at the horse, where do the legs fall? I want to get my outer line here just to give myself an idea. So if my circle is all of this, the distance here looks to be about a third of the size of that circle. Actually, let's use the ruler and see. Glow, yeah. Purple Rain. I don't know what was worse, Two Left Feet or Purple Rain. Thank you for getting. Did I say thank you for getting your heart, me, Allison? Let's see. So the diameter of the circle that I'm estimating here is about 1.5 centimeters, and the distance from the butt of the horse to where this edge of the hoof is. I don't know if a horse's butt is called anything other than a butt. Oh, y'all. I actually eyeballed that measurement really well. It's about 0.5 centimeter. Oh, wait. No, maybe I'm making that up. I don't think I was at 0. It's about 1. So it's 2/3 of a distance. So if I split this, and again, y'all, a lot of people feel like this is super complicated, this approach. But again, I'm showing this approach because some people process differently in their brains. And what I've realized is a lot of the commentary about it being complicated, this approach, is about it taking too long. Everybody's trying to rush it. So we're going low and slow here. We're talking about rodeos and all low and slow. Hey, that's a horse and a high. Hello, Agony Prime. Oh, Agony Prime, are you going to join them? Just watch out for the withers and front shoulder. What are the withers? Thank you for getting your heart, me, Agony Prime. What are the withers, Dead Dolls? Tell me what the withers are. This is an Arabian, Agony Prime. Oh, everybody knows what it is except me. Where the back and the neck meet. So right here, right here. Why is it called the withers? This right here. Okay. All right. It is. I will reiterate. You said I'll have to ask someone from the 1700s. They didn't bother to document it. um, I since they came up with it, I guess I'll just call it what it's supposed to be. Withers. All right. So if I split that in three, and I'm coming out here, this is about where that would fall for me. So now let me figure out height. It's where the main ends. That hump is a group of muscles. Well, again, reiterating that y'all, as a next step for the practice of your horses, um, the anatomy is could be very helpful for you. Like the anatomy breakdown, the withers against where the main ends at. Hump is a group of muscles. Here. Yeah, in my I am going to it pushes against the harness. Okay. Dead Dolls does know. Dead Dolls grew up on a horse ranch. Agony. Plow horses are the origin. Okay. Dead Dolls grew. You too? What the hell? this this I'm outnumbered with the horse lovers and horse grow uppers. Everybody's a horse fan. Is that the right word, Agony? Deft horse? We need more horses. South Chaos. I much prefer the idea of drawing any draft horses. Okay. Part of the training my mom would do was plow harnesses so the horses could be used for bale rides. I kind of figured that wasn't the word. I was waiting. All right, y'all. All right, I'm still approaching this as my I'm still approaching this with the shapes. Used to teach kids to ride, but never have I been on one and never will. Wait a minute. How did you teach kids to ride a horse and you've never been on one? You said they're just big puppy dogs? I mean, I've been on horses before. 4 centimeters. And that was 1.5. That's 3. They call them equestrian centers near city folk. You love the lounge singer vibe on this song. Yes, I agree with you. Uh-oh, look, it's Be Easy, y'all. True. That is a very good reason. You said the writing logistics are easy. Okay, yeah. I said you're right. Two spinal injuries. I think true. I do not want you on a horse. I agree. I agree, true. I agree. That is a good reason. A very good reason. All right, y'all. So this corner here is where the edge of my hoof is gonna be. Um I'm putting a line here for this stretch. Now, there is a this is not a straight line. There's some curve here, but in my refining, I'll get to that, right? Just like with anything else that I've been doing. Basic, basic, basic. And I'm taking my time because the horsey is freaking me out already. It's cool to see people calm themselves to connect to the animal. I imagine dead dolls that the idea of like therapy with horses a, is actually something that is probably super popular because it's almost like it's forced, right? You really have to manage your energy that's vibrating because they pick up on that. Would we say that more than other animals do, horses do? Horses are always the best runway models, always on their tiptoes. I love that. Does this mean I'm going to have to draw more horses than I had planned? Because most people seem to love the horses. All right, so I did this line at the butt here because that's where this corner piece, this angle here, happen. This, if I'm not showing it right here, is right around the where the end of the butt of the horse is. Right, this joint angle there. All right, now let's see what's the difference here. It's a little bit more than 1.5. You know what I just realized, y'all? I I was using the end of this thing and it's really two. It's two, 1.5. So this needs to come in a little bit more, actually. I'm okay with that. It's called a hock. Wait, the ankle is called a hock? Or that angle? Wait, you have to let the rest of the world fall away. The horse demands that you be present and in the moment. Wait, they're the base for so many possibilities. This one is hard. I'm about to take a break. Okay, soft chaos. That this joint you're saying is called a hock. It's a lot of words. Wait, this is joint is called a hock, like the knee. I was going to call it the knee. So here, these are the hocks. That joint is the hock. And then, wait, what did you say the name of the this is? Oh, oh, come on! I'm done now. I can't remember all those words. On the back legs, they're called the hock, and on the front legs, they're called knees. I can't remember all of that. Yeah, agony. That's we've said it. I've had to remind myself and also say it over and over again that we need to that we need to look at the anatomy stuff. Soft chaos, the learning of these the I mean, I appreciate the horse, but I'm I'm I will try to remember some of the words, but I'm not stressing myself out about the words themselves. I can't, because then I'm going to be caught up on that and overthinking my basic shapes on my I already started, see, on my initial sketch here. This is a triangle. I'm going to do this as a triangle here. And then do this as another slight triangle. That might be a little bit too big, but practice, y'all. See, it was my first day trying to draw one. Oh, soft chaos. That's awesome. Well, you and I are in the same boat because I haven't drawn a horse in a gazillion years. And I definitely have never drawn it, assessing it appropriately, you know? So we are in the same boat together, my friend. After a while, everything does become that thing. You thought maybe both terms were hard. Oh, look up. Yeah, agony, for real. Um, oh, thank you for the pop and for the star and for the freestyle. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I will try to remember them, but just like the boat ones, I don't remember. You said not the same boat. Wait till you check your inbox. Oh, I'll see. What's off chaos? You were you just trying to draw it, or were you trying to just do the shapes like we're doing here? Because the shape thing helps me, I know. Again, y'all, I keep saying this is not necessarily um it may not work for you, but it is definitely working for me. The shapes thing, y'all, it's happening. It is 1.5. The what the hell? 4. 1.5, 4. Okay. 3. Yeah, I'm eyeballing some stuff. So this is where this circle here is going to butt up against this line. You're following me. Awesome, Soft Chaos. All right, so now what this circle here is what I'm going to put in. So what I was measuring was the width, the diameter. Again, I was just double checking my diameter here, and then measuring my horse across to figure out how many of this diameter need to go across here. And I am going to have the circles sit on the same line because they appear to be sitting around the same line here. Again, y'all, I'm making this very, very simple for now. You said you were until you quit. This one is harder. It is a lot more, but we take it slow. We take it step by step. The way I'm processing these, um you see what I just did. All I did was figure there for sure. I feel two circles here work for me. That works. The entire I'm keep trying to keep the same measurement here and not zoom in when I'm measuring. So the from the here of the horse, from the this thing. Did we say the butt has a different name? No. From the butt of the horse to the what's this called, y'all? To the this part, this edge of this. So the edge of this circle to the edge of this circle is 4 centimeters across. Where this circle lands is a 1.5. So I made a judgment of a little less than 3 hindquarters. The crop to the hock to the withers to the mane to the booper. What the heck is a booper? Oh, y'all. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. And the base of the circles are going to sit right about the same. That listen, y'all, that's why I say, especially when we're in this place of like this super basic practice, use your ruler, use your tools. So I'm saying again, I'm good with the base of the circle sitting in the same place. Um, and my edge of my circle, the top, let's see if the top part of the circle hits in the same place. Actually, it's a little tiny bit lower down. So I'm making a slightly smaller height-wise circle here. Those are the things that I'm looking at to create there we go. That's my second circle. Because see, I have to be careful at the wait, the booper snoot. The booper snoot. It's a booper snoot. I'll see you, soft chaos. Yeah, I probably well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll hopefully the quality of the video is good enough. These videos, the stream video is not the best quality. Dead dolls, exactly. That's why I'm trying to be like, all right, it's a whole because it's a whole circle here because like where even y'all told me to watch right here, I'm going to grab that in my next phase in terms of like that curve, you know? So you said you're being silly, boop the snoot. So, but exactly. And And it's, y'all, it's not just the horses, it's everything. When we're drawing, if we break it down to the basics to begin with, um don't think about the detail. It's the same thing with your painting and all that stuff, is that do your basic things first, and then you, it's a build up, y'all. It's a build up. It's always a build up. Now, again, with more practice and building the muscle, your first step will be easier, and will be, not, when I say easier, I mean it will be further along. Maybe it won't be these basic shapes that I'm doing right now. Denise, welcome in. Thank you for joining and liking the live. But as you practice, you won't start maybe this basic. You'll start at that next phase of refining. That would be your first sketch, or whatever. So we're, it's a work in progress, y'all. And I am, this is good, this one, this, the animals are going to be even slower for me, because I am not an animal drawer. So I will be going super slow, because I am trying to do the practice. So now I've got my circle here. I'm doing this as simple as, for me, this is like that I was saying, or I could do a triangle here, or I could do that same, a similar type of, I don't know if it's this direction, if you call it a trapezoid. The closer you get to the horse's nose, the more the need to boop. If you get too close, they need a smooch. I can't. So I am going to do this shape as similar to that other shape, which would be like a upside, I don't know when it's like this, if it's still called a trapezoid, but upside down trapezoid. And I am not going to address the separation here just yet, like the two different legs. I'm not going to address that just yet, because I'm just going to put this shape in. So I'm just going to try to identify the right angle here. Waiting for it. Actually, I think I'm going to do this differently. I might do this as a right here is where I'm going to make that split. And then this we can address later. What's this angle is? It's kind of steep. It's not like crazy bent here. Boxes are easier for you, dead dolls, than horses. If you were citrus essential oils, the horses love it. Boxes are not easier for me for any drawing. Not like, so I don't, y'all, boxes actually might be a good approach too. This is just the shape that I am choosing, that I see that I'm choosing. Remember that, y'all. Any shape that I'm showing you, it's for their joint angles. Got it? Any shape that I am showing you, the reminder is, again, that might not be the shape that you see. You pick the shape that you see. That's and what could work for you. Dead Dolls is saying boxes are good because of the angle pieces. No, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Dead Dolls, because again, it's that is probably a good approach for other people too. So boxes, y'all. Maybe I'll try boxes on the next one. But I don't see the boxes. So that's my problem. Not my problem, you know what I'm saying. But I also have been doing a lot of triangles for a lot of things recently. So maybe that's why I'm not seeing the boxes. Absolute preference, agony. Yeah. But I also that and but I am remind you draw blobs. There we go. Blobs, triangles, boxes. I think always the point is that we do this practice no matter what, but that again, y'all get the other perspectives. In 2 minutes, we have three different perspectives on it, and you figure out what works for you, what your mind, your eye sees, what looks cleaner to you, and all that stuff. And then when you start going down the road of the anatomy piece, then you might interpret it then even differently, because um be, because you might interpret it differently than you initially did, because now you have the knowledge of the anatomy. This is an ongoing process of learning and what's easier and all that kind of stuff. You're back. AP shut you down. What does that mean? What's AP? And learning horses makes dragons so much easier to create. Do I need to add dragons to the list too? And dead dolls, I would even say that oh, the app. Okay. All right, Charlie, I'll see you there soon, because I'm gonna head over in a few minutes after I get to 2 hours. Dead dolls, you said yes, all right, after elephants we'll do dragons. And I guess I'll be a lot better at dragons after I've done some of this practice with the horses. Is that what we're saying? Dragons. That's it. No more. No more. All right, Irony. See you later. I got a problem too. I'm trying to make sure that I'm having these things join at the appropriate place. You got a problem. I got a problem too. There's a slight difference in where these land here. But y'all, simple shapes. And I think um dead dolls, I think I'm going to the next one I'm going to try you be easy. You're too late. Polar bear. All right, fine. I'm scared to do the polar bear because it's going to look so much not nicer than it's going. I keep seeing Agony Prime's polar bear, and I'm going to be intimidated the whole time. All right, y'all are laughing at me because I keep adding no more after the polar bear. No more. I think Dead Dolls, I am going to, because you mentioned the boxes thing, I am going to see if when I'm going to do the other horse, the Arabian, I mean the Peacock Appaloosa, maybe I'll try boxes there just to show with the boxes the difference. Don't you even, True. Don't you even, Falcon. Uh, Take me to your river. Oh, I need to figure out my height here. We can save the polar bear for the polar bear is last. So this is our order. This is an Arabian we're doing. Then I'm going to do the peacock Appaloosa. Then I'm doing iguanas. Then cats. Then elephants. Then dragons. Then polar bears. And I'm pluralizing, but it will likely only be one of each because I also do not want to spend the next 2 months on animals. So we will definitely, probably take me to. They are a favorite, dead dolls. They clearly seem to be. Folks love your horses. It's like the song came on because. All right, y'all. What's next? Oh, I said height. Let's figure out my height here. 6, which is about 3 of these. So I am going to take this 1, 1, 2. Look at that. It's not too far from what I had already laid out there accidentally. Your dad raises horses? Wait a minute. Everyone has, not everyone, but most folks have this super personal horse thing. You said the front end is closer to the camera. What do you mean? Like you can't see it, you mean? They're just big fear-based dogs. Be easy, you didn't grow up with them. You just like visit. Is that why the scaring part is there? I'm doing this as a triangle, y'all. So I am going straight up here. Again, for now it will be a straight line, but there is a curve here that will get addressed. The angle of the horse is not a perfect side angle, but it's not a 3/4 angle either. No, yeah, I know that. I can see that dead dolls, but the basic, when I'm dropping down these basic shapes, it's not addressing that part yet because, again, as a beginner, it was the same. It was literally the same thing with this. The initial basic shape of these was did not look anything at all. Where like it was just these big boxes and triangles, because and different points were because at this stage of the I'm a beginner, there's no you haven't learned any kind of perspective yet. You haven't learned any probably wouldn't have learned any perspective at all yet. So just identifying the different pieces. um the shapes are guides, yeah. You didn't meet him. This one you mean, Dead Dolls, or this one that we're doing here? The shapes are guides, exactly. You didn't meet him and your sisters until you were 18. I see, be easy. I was just wondering if I was wondering about that because of the fear thing. So I am going to take this up again to Dedal's point about this not being like it is like a 3/4. You can see it. So some of this will get addressed at the next phase of the sketch. But also, even when I get to the next phase of the sketch, I'm not touching some of this detail because some of the detail will get addressed with the value. Your sisters can all ride. Yeah, that I'm sure that made a difference for them. You should try to learn. See what Dead Doll said. Chuck close painted within the squares. Oh, absolutely. Grids work. And Rocky that comes in here sometimes. She does super hyper realistic drawing. And she uses that grid method too, and she gets beautiful, beautiful drawings through that grid. You're 100%. The grids work. They definitely do. Be easy. I think you should. I was gonna say, like Dead Dolls was saying, is that they're fear. What did you say, Dead Dolls? Let me read it. They're just big fear-based dogs. And you said you don't use them enough. So this is the thing. The way I feel about it, is that I feel like if you've if you spent a lot of time practicing in the grid, your muscle memory is built. And even though you might not be using the physical grid, the boxes, or like using an app to put the grid on your drawing, your brain is processing in the grid because you've built the muscle of using the grid. So I would say you probably are using them inadvertently as you're doing it, and you're not consciously like, oh, let me use a grid, but your brain, Alamos are saying grid is inherent. So like your brain is already calculating out the grid stuff. Um if you've been like, if you've been building that muscle, and if you've been practicing with it, that's one of the things that I'm saying, y'all, is that as we're doing this, or as I am doing this, and other folks might be approaching it, is that's why I keep trying to. I'm trying not to rush my practice at all. But at the same time, for certain things, I am far, far, far further along. Um, so I still don't want to rush that. I don't want to skip ahead um in any way. But anyway, you get the point. You know, you probably are inherently using the grid and you don't even realize. I'm drawing a mechanical robot horse right now. Wait, this is my top. So if I take this here, that's the highest. This is supposed to be the highest, but let's pretend. I'm putting this here, y'all. I'm creating this right here. Like that doll said, you also could have taken this all the way up to the ears. Well, my brain is processing it this way. And then from when I was doing the cards, y'all know I love these multiple triangles in here, which is, I'm seeing that more than anything else, but I am going to try to do this here. I took it here. So now I'll take one here. Bye, Glow. Actually, I gotta go. 2 hours and 8. The triangle, it's the face is a triangle with a box for the muzzle. All right, y'all. On that tip note, we will dead dolls. No, you're good, because even if it's not the approach, your commentary is totally good. Like I keep saying, even if it's not the approach that my brain processes, it's an approach that somebody else will find easier. And so it's important. And your perspective, again, your perspective is different, because not only did you grow up, so your knowledge of the muscles and the anatomy of the horse um is significant, and so you also can break it down in a different way. And so I think it's helpful, it's totally helpful for folks to have the other perspectives of the way to approach it. This is how my brain is processing it. But to your point, um see you tomorrow, thank you. You too, have a great rest of your day. But to your point, the face could be a triangle with a box. I am definitely processing it differently. But next week is not cats. Cats are after iguanas. Cats are on the list, Allison, but they're after iguanas. Iguanas come after the horses. So, all right, y'all. Thank you, Dead Dolls. Now I know how to get you to stay, Dead Dolls. We have to do horses for the rest of the time. Look at you. I hope that you didn't put yourself in a I hope that you didn't put yourself in a place of creating stress for yourself now for the rest of your work day. All right, friends. See you later. I appreciate you, and I do not mind the commentary because it's helpful for other folks too. Remember, we're sharing in 45. You miss horses. Oh, I know. Soon, dead dolls, right? There, you'll figure out a, like you'll figure out a way, I hope. Well, we'll be drawing horses for a little bit, so at least you'll get to see them here. All right, friend, take care. Bye, be easy. Bye, dead dolls. Thank you, y'all, as usual, for hanging out. This was a good session. A lot of drawing happened today, more than usual. Take care. All right, folks, on the YT, we are headed out. Thank you for joining. As always, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here with me. Bye, 669. I appreciate you. This thing takes so long to shut down the live, but thank you for hanging out and coming back. All right, let me end. It's gonna take a while for this to end. Onyx Pause, I am getting off, my friend. How are you? I'm actually getting off the stream now. I'm about to shut it down. You are back, but I'm about to get off. I get off at 11 Eastern. So I am ending the stream right now, my friend, but I appreciate you stopping by. The thing is taking forever to end the stream. I know. So if you, it has to be a little bit earlier than this time, because I'm 17 minutes over, in fact. All right, take care. Bye.